Hi everyone, this message is for home buyers, for anyone actively searching for a home at the moment or who's thinking about purchasing a home in the future. For anyone who's already purchased a home, we can attest that when we make that decision to buy a home, it's a really exciting time. What I can promise you is what's not exciting is if you purchase the home and then afterwards have serious buyer regret. So I'm going to give you 3 tips to avoid as much as possible having buyer regret after you purchase a home. Number 1, it's not just what the mortgage is going to cost you a month. You need to consider what all your expenses are going to be and if you're going to be comfortable with that expense after you purchase a home. When you purchase a home and you have a mortgage, you're also going to have to consider what your taxes are going to cost, your insurance is going to cost. There's also going to be obviously your utilities, what that's going to cost. Depending if you live in a community with HOA fees, that's an additional cost as well. Also, what are going to be the cost realistically to maintain the home? Things break, go wrong in a house unexpectedly. You want to take care of it, make sure it looks nice. There's a cost associated with all of that. So I always advise my clients, really no matter what their budget is, what's the real cost going to be in purchasing a home? Number 2, when you see pictures online and the house looks really pretty, be careful. And there's usually a reason if a house looks really, really good and it's been on the market for more than a couple weeks, because we are still very much in a seller's market, meaning there are still very many active buyers who want to buy homes today. Even though rates are a little on the higher side than they have been, there are buyers looking to purchase homes today. So when homes hit the market, they are ready to go see it. If that house after a couple weeks, and obviously there's always outliers to what I'm saying to you, luxury homes that sell for $3, $4, $5 million may not have offers within the first few weeks. There's a limited number of buyers for those kind of homes. But generally, if you see pictures online and that house has been on the market a couple weeks, it's listed too high. Sometimes a house looks really pretty and my clients don't realize it's a lot smaller. Like if I'm looking for homes and my clients have told me they really want to stay within 3,000 to 3,500 square feet, and they're like, Holly, this house looks so good. And I look at it and I'm like, well, it's 2,200 square feet. So based on what you've told me in the past, it's really not going to work for you and your family. Also, sometimes a house looks really great, but it may be next to, in certain small towns around South Jersey, like Haddonfield or, Haddon Heights, it could be next to a commercial building. And a lot of buyers maybe don't want to have a commercial building or even a parking lot next to their house. So just beware of those kind of things. A good agent is going to be able to tell you right away and advise you, why a house may not be selling right away, or what may not be the most attractive feature about it. Number 3, inspections are really, really important. I do not care how much you want a house and how many offers and how great it may look. You never ever want to avoid getting inspections. So inspections, there's a general inspection. The inspector is going to come in depending on the square footage of the house. If it's average 3,000 to 4,000 square feet house, an inspection may take 2.5 to 3.5 hours. If it's bigger, it's going to take more. If it's smaller square footage, figure a little less time. But the inspector is going to check the electric panel in the house. Electrical issues could be a safety hazard. He's going to check the plumbing throughout the house. He's going to check the HVAC and AC units in the house, the roof, windows. He's going to look for structural issues. Like even if there's a finished basement, you want to ask your inspector. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Do I have to worry about a structural issue in this house? He's going to look for cracks in the wall, the way the floor feels, to make sure to avoid a possible structural issue. Aside from the general inspection, always get a termite inspection. Certainly where we live in the state of New Jersey, Termite damage could lead to a possible structural issue. If there's a basement, a radon inspection. A very simple test, and it takes just a few days to get the results back. In addition to those 3 general ones, if the house was ever heated by oil, then you need to get a tank sweep. That's where someone will come and make sure there is not an oil tank located under the ground. If there is, buyers beware. You always request that the seller have it removed. I went through this with a first-time home buyer of mine, and the oil tank was discovered during the oil tank inspection. We went through a lot. It couldn't be removed because it was located under the main sewer line for the house. And we had to get a no further action letter from the seller, from the county, saying no further action was required. The soil had to be tested around the tank to make sure there was no contamination in the soil. That is really important. It's anywhere, depending on the size property, may cost $350 up to $500-$600. It's absolutely worth it. One last inspection I always suggest is do a scope of the sewer line outside. You hire a plumber, they take a camera and they put it through the line. Certain townships require it, certain townships do not. If they don't, I say it's worth investing in that, because if there's a crack found or root damage, you're going to want to have that addressed. If you do not get that oil tank, that sewer line inspection, always get insurance right away. Okay, so that'll cover you if that line breaks outside the house. You'll be covered. If you don't have insurance, I can assure you it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to have it replaced. I created a home buyer guide. I also, in my blog, try to share my tips and my experience in the business. You could sign up in the link below if you'd like a copy of my guide. If you have questions, or you are going through the home buying process right now and something is stressing you out, or there's something you want to share, I invite you to do so in the comments. As always, if you're looking to buy, sell, or do a beautiful home renovation, I'm available to you. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.